The North London Derby is here. And guess what? Arsenal have always gone ahead to boss it at Emirates, and Spurs, not until last season, they had gone ahead to boss it for close to 8-9 years since Arsenal last won them at their stadium. But this time around, Arsenal broke that curse, and obviously they saw themselves win away at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that has been named the NFL Stadium, or the home of the NFL Stadium, by 2 goals to 0. Remember, it was obviously Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka, right, at the beginning of the game, and obviously the first half ended 2-0, and Arsenal maintained until they found themselves in a situation of really winning the beautiful game of football. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having a fantastic evening. It's chilly where I am, very cold, but hope I'll cope up with it. But let's try to obviously go on with the latest news coming in from Arsenal. You know, to it that Mikel Arteta is going ahead to hold his press conference ahead of the game of Tottenham Hotspur, and it has been held at London Conley. Arteta has gone ahead to talk about lots of things, Martin Odegaard and very many others, but I've gone ahead to split it into two because I felt like this is one of the most important bits that most of you should have a know about as far as this North London derby is concerned. And Arteta has gone ahead to reveal to us the approach he's going to use to humiliate Spurs or destroy them at the Emirates. So smash the like button close to 400 times, and don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And guys, if you're watching us for the very first time, guys, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in a daily, and hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours, that is the Rokani Media Football. We thank God for the gift of life. Muslims, welcome back from your mosque. It has been Juma Karim for you, and I think it is going to hit to elapse. So that's what I say, Ramadan Karim. Now, let's start it off with what Arteta had to say about this big game of Tottenham Hotspur. The big point talk about that they couldn't obviously not really look at. It was about Arteta talking about Spurs without Harry Kane and how much of a boost it is for Arsenal. He said they have many other quality players and many other players that can create and make a difference in the game. Probably for them it's a big change, but I think they have adapted well to it. And I think Arteta is going to have to give them the perfect answer. You know, Spurs, I think, is going to be a much more better team without Harry Kane, because if you're having Son Heung-min giving you goals, James Maddison giving you goals, Kulusevski giving you goals, and Richarlison trying to get where he is, I think it will be a much more better Spurs as far as creating chances is concerned, because they'll obviously be having a variety of outlets to obviously go in and obviously create those chances. And for for Harry Kane, he's at Bayern Munich and he was like single-handedly holding this team. And that is something that Antonio Conte went ahead to obviously talk about in a press conference. I think they lost, was it to which team? And he obviously vocalized how one player is obviously scoring very many goals for the club of Tottenham Hotspur in the recent past, and those goals are not going to hate obviously give Tottenham Hotspur any trophy. And he hit the nail on its top, guys. Though he was really sacked and obviously parted ways with Tottenham Hotspur, but this is a problem that Spurs wanted to find a solution for. And if at all they had another year on the contract of Harry Kane, not one, they would have gone ahead to see Harry Kane not go to Bayern Munich, because for Daniel Levy, he never wanted to obviously leave this player go. But I think it's one of the biggest decisions they've gone ahead to transform this team of Tottenham Hotspur, because with Harry Kane, you've been having 30 goals plus a season, but what has he delivered that is really tangible as far as trophies are really concerned? I'll tell you, nothing. The best he's going to have to do for this club is to reach the final of the Champions League. That is it. But his involvement and presence at Spurs has not been felt by the fans in terms of trophies, and that's what Ange has gone ahead to obviously find himself benefiting from that, and Arteta is going to hate to hit it on the nail. And by the way, that makes them a more deadly and dangerous team. Then he was asked on Arteta on Harry Kane being the all-time top scorer in the North London derbies. He said we tend to forget quickly. We just focus on the team that they have, and especially what we have to do to play the best possible way to create problems for them, and that's what we are going to do or try to do on Sunday. Now, creating possible problems for them on Sunday. Obviously, sorry about that. For Arsenal, they are going to play their game. They are going to play their game, and they are going to knock that ball around. So it's obviously going to be to Ange Postecoglou to obviously come in through and decide whether to play an attack-minded game or really park the bus and hit Arsenal on the break, because there is a template that was really put out on Wednesday night by PSV when they came and obviously tried to play Arsenal on the front foot and obviously tried to match their levels. In just 45 minutes, Arsenal had scored 3 goals through Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, and Gabriel Jesus. So that is something that is really worrying. And Ange Postecoglou has obviously come in through at the Emirates, ready to obviously know that it's obviously one of those days that Arteta and Arsenal are really going to be on fire and really firing in all those cylinders. And then Arteta was asked on Spurs being without Harry Kane and how much of a boost it is for Arsenal. Oh, I'm gonna hate to obviously do this, but let's talk about the difference about Spurs without Harry Kane. Arteta said, well, obviously he's a special player and everything was going through him. He was the one that glued everything together, and he did it in many different ways from many different areas of the pitch. Now it's a bit different, guys. Spurs are really going to go to the side of Arsenal when they're really positive and hugely motivated, because they now have a Richarlison who doesn't have a lot of pressure on him to score, because he scored in their previous game that they saw themselves win against Sheffield by 2-1, though they won it late. And James Maddison in the middle of the park is another one that obviously goes ahead to put in some good service to the centre forwards and the forwards of Tottenham Hotspur. Ange Postecoglou has gone ahead to bring back the identity of Tottenham Hotspur back at their stadium, because ever since Pochettino left Spurs, they had never gotten a manager who gave them what we call the brand that they deserve as a team. Now, they brought in Nuno Espirito. He was sacked before the end of the season. They brought in Jose Mourinho. I think they first brought in Jose Mourinho, then Nuno Espirito after sacking Jose Mourinho, then Antonio Conte, and none of those managers really gave them the flamboyant football that was a joy for the eye to watch every time they obviously came in through. So for my case, I understand Arsenal is a good team. They had Harry Kane as their outlet and the glue to the team, but it never really worked out. Maybe it was the reason as to why they could easily be beaten by Arsenal, because Arsenal knew how to stop them. That stop the supply to Harry Kane, then the rest will be history, you know. But this time round, they're having a Yefis Besuma in that midfield, a Sarr, a Maddison, there is a Kulusevski, there is a Song Heung-min that are all actively on, and they've gone ahead to press their mentality buttons in the right sense. That is obviously going to give Arsenal a hard game to play. But for Mikel Arteta, he looks like he's ready and is telling them, come on, Tottenham Hotspur, I'm obviously going to give you the best that you deserve. I'm having Toby Maguire. Hello, Rokani. We love you. All right, I love you too, Toby. Thank you for obviously watching this channel. And smash the like button close to 50 times, because you guys are here in numbers to obviously spread the love to this channel and obviously get us to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United. Now, Arteta was also asked on the memories he has on the North London derby as a manager and as a player. He said, I have many. The recent ones from the last years as well are beautiful. Living those moments with our supporters when you manage to win the game, and that satisfaction that you have to give to everybody, because it's a special day for everybody. And those memories are really huge, because before Arsenal won Spurs at their stadium last season, Arteta was among the team that last got a win at the White Hart Lane. It was in 2014. That is it. Remember, by that time, he was even the captain of Arsenal, and he obviously led them to that victory. But ever since then, Arsenal had never gone ahead to obviously register a win at the stadium of Spurs until last season when they really won that game by 2-0. That is it. So he has lots of memories, and he knows that at the Emirates, the Spurs have no chance, because every time Spurs have gone ahead to obviously come at the stadium, it has always been what we call light work for Arsenal. Arsenal have gone ahead to humiliate them to the bone marrow, and Spurs also know it, that they don't have a chance. But with the new manager bounce, you can never really predict exactly what it's going to be like. That is it. You can never predict what it's going to be like, and Harry Kane not being into the picture of Spurs might be a new motivation for these players to obviously take it to the next level. Obviously, every team like to have a number 9, and this is where I come out and obviously despise what people come out and obviously downplay the importance of Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal, that Arsenal needs a player to go on and score 20 goals a season in the Premier League. Now, the good example is all about Harry Kane. It's really very vivid that Harry Kane has been scoring 20 goals for the past 8 or 7 seasons in the Premier League. Now, has Spurs ever won a league? Has Spurs ever won a league? I don't think so. So that's why I come out and obviously nullify all that, because it is not practically proved. Because if that was the case, when Ivan Toney scored 20 goals last season for Brentford, they would have been in the ilk of obviously competing for the trophy. But were they? No. So that is a lie that is being traded around by pundits, that the modern game needs such players. Guys, I've seen teams have players who score very many goals, but they don't even come close to the trophy, But it's all about having different people who can obviously gate you into different scoring positions that will win you a trophy. When you look at Man City, they won very many trophies without a typical number 9. Ever since, even that last season of Kun Aguero, he never played, but they went ahead to win it because they had Jesus, Raheem Sterling, they had, I think, David Silva, they had Riyad Mahrez, who would obviously collect some good number of goals through the midfield. They had Kevin De Bruyne doing the job. So that is one of the things that I will never agree, that people talk about Gabriel Jesus not being able to score those goals, but you don't need a player who scores those goals, but you need a player who is going to make the rest of the players happy and okay, to obviously look good and obviously going to where your team wants to be. So Harry Kane has been here for very many years, but Spurs have never won that trophy, though he has been scoring the number of goals that are really to that level in there for you. Now, Arteta was asked about this question. This is where we got the title to this video, the approach that is going to use to destroy Spurs at the Emirates. And he said, a new challenge, a new opportunity. Obviously, they have a new manager who has done really, really well and changed the vibe and everything around the club. It's a different style as well, so adapt to that, be ourselves and perform. That's what Arteta really has going to say. Now, when Arteta says this, you obviously have to think twice or thrice about it. Remember, he told us that they've been using different systems. In a certain game, they used close to 32 to 35 systems. In another game, they used 40 to 45 systems. It shows you how industrious Mikel is going to have to become to obviously try to really be unpredictable after 5 or 3 minutes in the game. So he changes tactics every time the game really comes to a certain point, and that is Mikel for you. And he's talking about how Arsenal are really ready to obviously take on this side of Spurs. And he talks about a new challenge. Why is it a new challenge? Because Spurs are really having a different manager altogether, and the new manager is going to have to change everything, and there is what we call a new manager bounce, and everything at the club is obviously doing great. He is going to have to bring in some new signings that are really doing great. There is that centre back that plays alongside Romero Christian is very good. Yefis Besuma is back to where we saw him be at Brighton, where they bought him for £25 million. We look at Kulusevski, all right, doing great. James Maddison hitting and firing all the cylinders, hitting the ground, running immediately. It shows you great. But he says it's a different style as well. So adapt to that, be ourselves and perform. So Arteta's plan to destroy Spurs is all about a different style that Arsenal has to adapt to, and Arsenal plays its game, and that will result into destroying the side of Tottenham Hotspur. So that is the distraction plan for Mikel Arteta. But what is all about adaptation? Adaptation is obviously to be able to know what plan the manager is going to have to execute in the different times of the games. So for Arteta, he believes he can obviously be so much adaptive to the game. And when you look at Arsenal, guys, Arsenal is in the fruition stage for their team. They've reached a level where the team is supposed to bear fruit, and those fruits are really soon on their way, and they are coming us up. So, to my own understanding, I believe Arsenal are really having an edge over Tottenham Hotspur, and the distraction is going to be possible depending on to how Ange goes ahead to obviously goes in for this team. But if at all he goes in all around as expected, he might find himself annihilated by Mikel Arteta and his boys. But for Arsenal in this game, wait for my video that I'm going to do, I think, after this video. That's going to be the match preview of Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. Huge preview that most of you are obviously going to enjoy and watch, because it's obviously going to be so much detailed onto the battles that are going to be in the North London Derby. And maybe tomorrow we'll come up with what we call a combined 11 between Spurs and Arsenal, because Spurs is one of the best teams in the league, and they've gonna hate to play well, but you cannot obviously downplay the efforts of Mikel Arteta when he hints on really bringing in different approaches to adapt to the system of Spurs and obviously hit them to where they want to obviously feel pain and open up in a different way altogether. I'm going to obviously come in through and tell you more and more about that game, but today it's all about these press reactions of Mikel Arteta as far as this team is concerned. Now, he was asked about Ange Postecoglou. He's the new manager, Australian by decency or ethnicity, that is obviously doing a very good job at the club of Tottenham Hotspur, and what he thinks about him. Arteta had the following to say: I really like him. I have players, and I know I had players, and I know players who had him, and they always speak really, really highly of him. But that's not a coincidence, and you can tell straight away he's fitting in the right way. We have top managers, top competition. Every game is hard. Now, for Ange, that's a welcome or a start that you would really want to have as a manager of Tottenham Hotspur. A team that has gone ahead to lose its identity in the previous years. You come back, resurrect that identity, and obviously take it where it deserves to be as a manager of Tottenham Hotspur. And it's always nice to have him into that image. And Arteta's going to hate to obviously respect the manager. But the last statement that shows you that Arteta is obviously confident of his team when he said, we have top managers, top competition, every game is hard. So he was like insinuating that have Spurs really gotten a hard opponent to obviously be put in that ilk where they are being praised by everyone around town that they're really good, and they've gone ahead to obviously overcome their thirst of obviously playing that beautiful game of football? That's a huge question that people really are waiting to know about Ange Postecoglou, and that question is going to be answered when they are playing Arsenal on Sunday. That is it, because Arsenal is a team that cannot be taken for granted. Arsenal is a team that cannot obviously be taken for granted. Arsenal is a team that has obviously gone to put in the works as expected in the very, 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 very good way. But for Spurs, they need to obviously come in and prove. Ange Postecoglou is going to face his biggest test, because they faced Manchester United. United had chances to kill the game off, but they couldn't obviously kill their game off. That is the team of Tottenham. That's the team of Man United. And they've not faced a huge team. When you look at their recent fixtures, they've gone ahead to face mediocre teams. That is it. And when you look at how Sheffield really took them to the end of the game and they really scored late to win it, it shows you that they cannot handle teams like Arsenal, if at all Arsenal really raises to the occasion and lifts themselves up and live up to the occasion. Now, with that audience of 60,000 fans rocking at Emirates, I don't really give them a chance. And in my match preview, I'm obviously going to come through and obviously tell you exactly what this is all about. And it can't be anything further than Tottenham Hotspur being flowed down by Mikel Arteta and obviously humiliated. Then he was asked about what he thinks about Postecoglou's connection with the Spurs fans. He said, "I don't know. It's just a feeling when I see the team or him talking, but I don't have the much information to compare that." Now, I think the fans won't be a big factor because they won't really cheer or out-rock the fans of Arsenal. Spurs might be having only 4,000 fans in that stadium, yet Arsenal is having close to 59,000 fans in that stadium. So even if he comes in through and obviously has a rocking crowd, it cannot really out-rock that of Arsenal, because we've seen those fans of Arsenal even supporting or cheering their players when they do something bad. Like, remember that day last season when Arsenal was playing against Leicester City and William Saliba saw himself put that ball in his own net. Do you know what the fans of Arsenal did? They just went ahead to cheer his name and obviously sang the song that hailed him as a player of Tottenham Hotspur. That is William Saliba for you. So it shows you that it's really one of those facts that you need to know about the visit of Spurs to the side of Arsenal and how hard it's going to be for them to obviously take on this manager. So smash the like button, comment and share. We are having close to 70 people watching in through and only 20 have gone ahead to smash the like button. Smash the like button, and right now I'm going into your comment section and see what you guys are really telling me. Egesa George, RD, we love you so much. Big Arsenal fan from Uganda. Thank you, Egesa, for watching in through. I'm having Toby Maguire. I'm an Arsenal fan as well, but I feel confident taking on Spurs. We got the material to dislodge Spurs. Obviously, Arsenal have got the minerals and spices, ingredients to obviously suffocate the team of Spurs and obviously hit it off the park. That is it. Then I'm having the Councillor UG. I mean, Katado Aradi. This match, is this time balanced? We shall have a wonderful game. Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful game, but Arsenal is really on fire. Those 4 goals they went ahead to score against PSV are really going to help them rock to the bone marrows of Tottenham Hotspur. Toby Maguire, I also think if we keep Reyes in goal, we win easily. We are going to have that discussion later in the match preview on who is going to start. Then Tarem Wasam, how are you doing, Rokani? Watching you from Dubai. Thank you for watching me from Dubai. Then there is cities. If Spurs try to play an open game, it's gonna be over for themselves. Obviously, that is written all over the wall. And if at all they try to attack Arsenal openly, like PSV did, Arsenal will obviously come and show them what they are made of. Then Peter Bagonza Apuli, hey Rokani, thanks for the show. Thanks for work done always. All right, thank you for always keeping this channel. Then Peter Kuwait, you are watching in from Kuwait. Thank you for watching in from Kuwait. Joseph Paul, the moment you see Trossard alongside Jesus and Bukayo Saka plus Raya in goal, it's over for them. Obviously, that is obviously going to be one of the formulations that can obviously annihilate the team. And then I'm having Nyakuni Nelson. I'm Nelson from Uganda, Rua. We are never scared of Spurs, though they are also in good shape at the moment. Thanks, bro. Now, even if they're in good shape, it will take a shocker for them to obviously beat the team of Arsenal. It will take a shock of all shockers to beat the team of Arsenal, because Arsenal is solid. They are really fired up, and that Declan Rice signing and Kai Havertz is obviously taking them to where they deserve to be. Plus David Raya, very good goalkeeper and good at ball distribution. Simon Angeth Rokani, who's creative between Odegaard and Fabio Vieira? You know, I think Odegaard is better. Odegaard is a better creator, and Fabio Vieira is really a good player. That is it. Who is going to obviously come good, because right now we are seeing the potential of Fabio Vieira. He has gone ahead to really register more assists than Martin Odegaard, because when you look at this season, I don't think that Martin Odegaard has gone ahead to obviously register anything like an assist, because I've not yet seen it, but has gone ahead to score 3 goals. So Fabio Vieira, he has not gone ahead to obviously score any goal for Arsenal, but he has gone ahead to put out what we call the assists. So if you talk about creating so far this season, it looks like Fabio Vieira has gone ahead to obviously register 2 assists into the Premier League. He has 2 assists. Martin Odegaard has 2 goals in the Premier League and 1 goal into the Champions League. But last season he had 7 assists in the Premier League. Fabio Vieira last season had 2 assists in 22 games. So it shows you that when you add the number of games they're going to hate to play ever since Fabio Vieira came in at Arsenal, obviously Odegaard is a better creator on the day. And I think Fabio Vieira, the more game time he's getting, is obviously going to make him a more regular in the team. That will build his confidence, and you've seen him that he has gone ahead to obviously put in assists after assists. And I think he has gotten 3 because he has an assist in the game of Manchester United for the Gabriel Jesus goal. For the game of Fulham, he created the penalty. That's an assist for him. He even created another assist for Eddie Nketiah. Those are 3 assists this season. Not so? Is there any other game that we saw him really create any goal for Arsenal? I don't think so. Richard Sempija. Hey Aradi, I'm in Uganda. Thanks for the update. Thank you for watching in Sempija. And guys, we are having 70 people watching in live and only 26 have gone ahead to smash the like button. Smash the like button to 70 times, guys. Smash it. Then Shanti Mutelo. No doubt we are going to baptize Spurs. Alright, thank you for watching it through. Matovudan, really Arsenal will pull up their socks to win 4-0. That is it. And it's always nice having you on this channel. Then Joseph Paul, do you see Partey coming back in first 11 winning? I don't see him coming back in the game of Spurs, but it looks like towards the end of October, that's when Thomas Partey is going to be coming back. So after the international break, because the international break is obviously going to happen between let me check the fixtures here. Let me check the fixtures because I want to give you the exact information about what you guys are all about and what you really need to know about these fixtures, because Arsenal is going to play Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday. In the midweek EFL Cup 3rd round, they are going to play away at Brentford. Then they play away at Bournemouth on Saturday 30th. Then play away at Rennes on the 3rd of October. Then 8th of October, Arsenal will be playing Man City at the Emirates. And after that, Arsenal will find themselves in a position of really having a rest of close to a week, of close to a fortnight, and that will be the international break. And I think that's when Thomas Partey will be available as Arsenal close in on Chelsea away at home, and that is at the Stamford Bridge. That is it. So for Thomas Partey, I don't see him coming in through in this game, but expect Thomas Partey to be available after the international break. Then Arujo Koleb, we have to wait for it until it's over because we can't trust Arsenal. Alright, obviously it's always not good to cross the bridge before you reach it, but there are bridges that have green lights at their end, and in this situation Arsenal really has some bright green light at the end of the tunnel. So I believe Arsenal really have an upper hand and we want to see them do the needful. Arsenal cannot afford to really drop any point because they are seeing City at their distance, because City is 2 points ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal want to chase City. Last season that wasn't the case. It was City chasing Arsenal. Now can Arsenal chase City and make them drop points? That is a huge question that we are here waiting to see. Martin Kagenda, I think Arsenal will win 4-0 and Saka to score the opener. Thanks, bro. I will love you. I'm watching live from Kampala. Thank you for really keeping it Rokani Media Football. But whoever is watching us for the very first time, or you've been watching us always and you haven't subscribed to this channel, go into the lower right bottom corner. There is a black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel, and smash the like button, guys, close to 400 times. And don't forget that we want to hit 18,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and let's continue to subscribe, because the more you subscribe, the more we obviously gain more and more and more from you guys. And you can as well support this channel. There is a $sign below. You can as well buy super chats and obviously support this channel. If I told you in a country that, I think every country, even if you're in Uganda, you can use your bank account and bank details, use your credit card to obviously, or your ATM card to put in those numbers and obviously support this channel. So to that we grow and get to where you guys want us to be. Then I'm having Richard Sempeja, Mr. Aradi, talk about Martinelli's injury, and do you think Timber will be available in January? In January, Timber will be close to return. That is it. And for Martinelli, don't expect him to play part in the game of Tottenham Hotspur. He's obviously out, and the manager is going to have to confirm to us that he is really out. So guys, thank you everyone that took part into this discussion today. As I told you that we are obviously going to become more serious on being live on this channel. You guys are going to hate to obviously evidence it. And there is something I'm obviously introducing, I think next week during the Champions League game. We are obviously going to have a fun chat before the game as we talk about what your predictions are. You know, it's going to be the prediction show where I will be bringing on some lucky 5 or 6 fans, obviously tell me what they think about that game of Arsenal. Then after the game, you'll obviously have a chance to appear on this channel. I'll record you, I'll send you a link, record you, and obviously post your videos here on the channel when you guys are giving us your match reactions and preview. Hope that's going to be very nice for you guys. Lastly, I'm having Victor Tian. Hey Aradi, how far are we with Raya being our #1 goalkeeper? This is Victor from Karamoja. Now, I told you there is a video I did, I think early in the morning, that stories and pointers are really showing that David Raya might be the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal. Arteta trusts him and sees a lot in him. So guys, I sign out. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. Ciao, ciao. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. Christians, may the living true God bless you abundantly. I will cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm returning